Welcome to our show, Umbrellas of Hope. We are committed to enrich the life of members of the veteran and military community by connecting them to the resources that they need. We advocate for professional and entrepreneurial opportunities and facilitate conversations of hope, empowerment, and creativity to reduce military and civilian transition difficulties and to help our veteran and entrepreneurs families to thrive. Hi, I'm Niurka, your host. We invite you to be part of this journey as we, together, bring a positive change on new beginnings, opportunity, and success. Our new mini series will be introducing the art of business to share with you how it can enhance your life, your community, and your future. So stay tuned. Let's welcome Nelia Hutt. She's the podcast host of Giving Start With You, a humanitarian, and the founder of the Ukulele Project. She's here to share with you how she believes that art can save the world.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nelia, and I'm thrilled to be here today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a mother of a teenage boy, a wife, the creator of the Ukulele Project, CEO of Travel Live Give, an author, and the podcast host of Giving Starts With You. But most importantly, I'm a dreamer and I'm a human being. Today, I wanted to share with you why I believe art can save the world. You see, experiencing a work of art is equivalent to a sneak peek into the artist's soul. It's like a snapshot of that time and place within the artist's reality. At that given moment in time, we can learn so much by looking at other people's art and our creations as well. It can unveil shadows and tell truths or mask what we don't want others to see. But in the end, art makes us feel. I want to share something with all of you today. I know what it's like to want to stop feeling because it can hurt too much. It can be overwhelming and just way too much to handle sometimes. I suppressed most of my feelings for 12 years after my father passed. And although art and giving back helped me, it was through art and giving back that I was able to start my journey back to myself. But this is only one of the reasons why I believe art can save the world. Many of us have a difficult time describing what art is. Perhaps more people than we would think, because it can be challenging to explain something that is so fluid and freeing with a proper and stagnant definition. But instead, what if we ask the question, how does art make you feel? Well, then most of us would be able to answer that much more freely and without much thought or hesitation. We can probably all agree that art is created through various mediums. Most of us think of fine art as drawing, painting, sculpture, photography, stained glass, music, and even the spoken word. You could even say that cooking, gardening, and travel are considered art as well. I define art as a feeling rather than something I can hold and touch. Most people would describe art as a product of our expression and emotion because it permits us to express our feelings, whether it's angst and pain, curiosity, hopelessness, joy, or celebration. And they would be entirely right. Others may describe art as something in which they can pour their passion into without judgment and create something that others can enjoy as well as themselves. And they would also be right. There is no right or wrong way to do, define, or create art. And there is no mine is better than yours mentality when it comes to art. I'm not sure how many of you can relate to this story, but I'd like to give you a glimpse of my introduction to the arts and how it changed my life. I grew up in a family where music was rampant and was a vital part of the fabric of our family. Yet it wasn't until I was a junior in high school that it changed me. Like many teenagers, I remember feeling like a misfit, like I didn't belong anywhere. I struggled to figure out who I was and what I was supposed to do with my life. I remember being a bit of a rebel, questioning authority and being vocal regarding what I believed in. And society kind of frowned on that. I was gently reminded that if you had nothing nice to say, that you shouldn't say anything at all. I struggled with this, and I honestly couldn't understand why I had to be silenced if my beliefs were not the beliefs of the majority. I kept asking myself when did expressing my opinion become something I needed to censor? Art allows me to be a person who is unafraid to express fully who I am. I was very grateful to have discovered art and music when I did in high school. I can still remember my high school music teacher, my idol, Mr. Farrar. Art saved my life in high school. I had now found something that accepted me, faults and all, a place where I felt safe to express myself honestly. I was no longer obsessed with what others thought of me. I no longer censored who I was. I no longer felt displaced. I was still a shy and quiet girl, but I was happy and I was accepting of her. All because art accepted me. I was becoming more aware of what I stood for, what I agreed with and didn't agree with. And I was trying to discover my tribe. It was how I made lifelong relationships. It was how I became courageous. And it was how I learned to give to myself. So you might be asking yourself, why am I telling you all this? Well, earlier, I spoke about the definition of art. Well, I define art as a way to gain peace, not only for the peace it creates within me, but also as a peacekeeper. See, I believe that art can save the world. If we all lived every day as openly as we do with our art, life could be more honest. Life would be different if we could all express our views and concerns in our everyday lives without feeling caged or having to do it within society's limits. If we could live every day with the same vigor, openness, curiosity, love, and feeling of being safe that we do within art, life could be a kinder place. I want to share another story with you today. My son, Evan, who is 15 right now, started a homeless drive in our community when he was just 6 years old. Children don't see obstacles. They don't see challenges. They just do. Although extremely grateful for the food these homeless human beings received and the blessing bags they received, it was the handmade cards made by young children that actually touched their hearts. The encouraging words that were written on these cards and the crayon drawings and happy faces, stickers of happy faces and pieces of felt that were glued and quite often would come off of the cards as we were delivering them. But these cards became the gateway for the conversations that day. These small tokens created a level playing field that brought out emotion, empathy, feeling of acceptance, and a openness to conversation between us and these people. For me, art represents humanity, a way that we can all feel connected regardless of our race, our gender, our beliefs. Beauty is beauty. It encourages us to think outside the box and perhaps even eliminates the box altogether. Art births some of the world's greatest thinkers. It empowers therapists to heal and helps us overcome our struggles and adversity. Art is healing. Even though we don't all believe ourselves to be artists, we are. Even though we may not always feel that we have unique talents or gifts, we do. Art is unapologetically accepting of all human beings. I want to encourage you all today to forget about how good you think your art skills are, how perfect you can color within the lines. And instead, think of how you can use art to express your views and your emotions. Here's a simple idea and an example of how art can save the world. My family and I decided to start a music program in Guatemala just weeks before COVID shut the airplanes down. We brought the gift of music, joy, and laughter to preschoolers in small villages surrounding Panajachel, Guatemala. It was one simple, small idea that anyone could have come up with, quite honestly. But that small idea created a ripple effect and still continues to do so. It became the catalyst for so much more. This project ended up being so much more than just ukuleles. The possibility of healing through music and the positive connections that were made from meeting, understanding, and learning about one another's culture was made possible through art, in this case, music. It was about realizing that our similarities were more meaningful, more important than our differences. Still, most of us, it was a way to bring hope. You see, I truly believe that art offers hope. It creates social change and awareness. Art is the gateway to connecting us worldwide through kindness and freedom of speech. It is 100% true that everyone can express themselves through art, regardless of where they live or how much money or resources they have. Whether art is displayed in the most prestigious galleries, shared in a song or stories around a campfire, or experienced through cultural tribal dance in Africa, it offers peace and a sense of community. Art creates and births dreamers, philosophers, writers, poets, and change makers. Art allows hope to rise when perhaps there was a feeling of hopelessness. Just like art and music saved me in high school, it continues to bring joy, acceptance, and freedom to my life. It's considered in all of my decisions and how I choose to live my life. We have a right to live in a world where we can express different political views and religious beliefs without sacrificing our lives and those we love. We have a right to use art to help neutralize power in the hands of the wrong people, and it can offer a state and place of refuge for so many. We have a right to equal opportunity to shake hands with one another, and to look each other in the eye. See, I imagine a world where we can offer peace, honor one another's opinions, lift each other, take a stand for justice for all, and ultimately use our art to make a statement and create a positive change. We all deserve to dream, and we all deserve to have hope. We all deserve to be safe and be allowed to feel free, to open our hearts, share our experiences, thoughts, and views, and to be listened to really be listened to. I believe that one of the most effective ways to do that is through art. And that is why I know that art can save the world. Thank you so much, everyone, for giving me this precious gift of your time and for opening up your hearts to this message that art can save the world. Just like we don't need to agree with one another, we don't need to like a piece of art to learn from it. We only need to accept it, to agree with not accepting it, and to let its message be heard, not with judgment, but with an openness and an open heart. There's so much pain and suffering in our world today, but I have also witnessed love and kindness. We could all learn to communicate better and more effectively through art and learn ways to respect our differences of opinion, because differences are just differences. Someone's truth is not wrong because it is not your truth. Opinions are not facts, they're merely opinions. Art continually changes me in my day-to-day life and constantly offers me new ways to see the world and its beauty and learn about what needs changing. Art allows me the possibility of freedom to express myself unaltered, uncensored, and unapologetic. And that is why I know that art can save the world. We just need to get out of our own way. To wrap this up today, I would really like to ask each of you whether you believe yourself to be an artist or not. And remember, we're all artists. I invite you to create something in your own medium, in your own way, that tells the world who you are and shares what you stand for, what you believe in, perhaps don't believe in. I want art to be your safe space. It would be so cool to actually see the art that you have created. I'm starting a project called Art Can Save the World. And with your permission and sharing your art with me, I would love to be able to share it in my project. If you do want to share what art means to you, if you do want to send a photo or a video of what you have created and include it in this project, I invite you to send me that picture and video to hello@neliahutt.com. That's hello@NELIAHUTT.com. If you allow me to, I can share this with the world, because art can and will save the world. Thank you. If you want to learn how you can develop your passions, discover your purpose, and impact the world with your own project, or if you just simply want to learn more about what we're doing, please visit us at www.neliahutt.com.
Wow, where do I even begin? How inspired was that? Such a great and positive message. One of the most important things that Nelia reminds us is that art does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be censored. It can be healing and it can be expressed in many ways, forms, and shapes because art is fluid and free. I love the song of that because it's 100% true. Did you ever hear the case of the banana with duct tape? A museum wall art piece that was displayed here in Miami as part of the Art Basel Festival. It sold initially for 120,000 and later for 150,000. Not once, but three times to three different buyers. How can they buy the same piece of art three times, you ask? They bought the concept of the idea. It came with a certificate of authentication and a manual for installation. And they can replace the banana every time it goes bad. Let's do some math on the value of this idea. You can buy a banana in the market for about $1 and duct tape about $5 to $10. For less than $11, the editor created a buzz around his art and it made us question the absurdity of everything, plus it make a huge profit. To top it off, while the exhibition was still going on, a performance artist came in, peeled the banana off the wall, and ate it. Everybody went bananas. So, how do you define art? How does it make you feel? Let us know in social media. Hashtag umbrellas of hope. I cannot wait to hear. Thank you. Very much. Well, I love that style.
Where all the great ideas get brewed.
You have and will continue to enjoy this journey in creativity with us. In today's world, where artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, advancing science, and autonomous vehicles is our new normal, creativity has never been more important. This new mini-series of Umbrellas of Hope was created in order to inspire you and empower you by giving you the creative confidence to redesign the world around you, to create new solutions that are invaluable for today's society, powered by your vision, your own unique talents, and limited only by your imagination. Our world, our society, our future needs you.